Holy shit. Are these things that guys actually pay attention to? This is insane. So I'm gonna start doing video responses to Reddit posts, and I had a list of about 5, but one of them is just really long, so I'm going to have this video be just on this post, and it's definitive list of IOIs, aka indicators of interest. All right. First, I'll go through all of them and then kind of give my take about IOIs in general. So there's a fuckload, so this is probably going to be a long video. She laughs at your jokes even if they're not funny. No, she could just be a laughy, happy-go-lucky person. She compliments you. Friends compliment each other all the time. People who are nice compliment each other all the time. I compliment people all the time who I don't want to have sex with. She asks for your name without you asking first. That's a polite thing to do. She asks if you have a girlfriend. That could be more of an indicator of interest. But his thing is, he says definitive list of IOIs. That doesn't make sense. You can't be definitive and think just be an indicator at the same time. So if they ask if you have a girlfriend, yeah, that's probably more an indicator of interest. She initiates conversation with you. I don't even know what the context is. Does that mean that she came up to you out of nowhere? You guys were already talking and she just decided to talk to you again? Again, that's like a nice, friendly person thing to do. All these just seems like things normal people do all the time. She asks personal questions about your life. Yeah, I guess if it's on a date, that could mean something, but also, I've had plenty of dates where I'll go deep with a girl and she asks questions about me and personal questions and stuff, but just because I was also asking her personal questions and then we didn't hook up. There's plenty of times where we did hook up, but that's not necessarily an indicator of interest. She asks she teases you in a playful manner. Friends do that. She asks about your weekend plans. Friends do that. She asks about your hobbies and interests. Normal, nice, friendly people do that. She keeps asking questions to keep the conversation going. People who have good social skills do that all the time. Like that's just a normal ass social thing to do. She says she likes talking to you. That could be more of an indicator of interest. But again, that could easily I've had friends who were girls before and there was nothing between them. Now they could have been interested in me, but that doesn't necessarily imply that she's sexually interested in you. Let's see. Where was I? She expresses curiosity about your love life. That one is more, could be more of an indication or an indicator of interest. She initiates texting or messaging after you exchange contact info. That could be, but I've had plenty of girls who will respond immediately to my first text and then not come out on a date. Now, a guy will say, because you have bad texting game. No, that just means you don't have a large enough sample size to know that that happens all the time. She asks to see you again. That is definitely more of an indicator of interest, like after a first date or something like that. But again, not necessarily. No indicators of interest are like 100% set in stone. That's why my thing is I just pretty much never even pay attention to them and just do what the fuck I want to do. Because you'll really never know unless you escalate. Escalating is the only way to find out for sure something. So what guys do is they'll look at all these indicators of interest or indicators of disinterest, and then they will like aggregate them. And if it's above a certain threshold, they'll be like, okay, now because I think that she's a certain level interested, now I'm going to take action. No, you should just take action regardless. Like do what you want to do, not what you think is good. Like don't fucking overcalibrate. Let's see. She shares something personal or intimate about herself. No. If a person asks you, like if you guys are in a conversation, it's kind of getting a little personal, and she reveals that, then she could just be continuing the conversation. She uses your name often in conversation. That one, I don't even, like when I'm talking about a person, I use their name. Now you could say, well, the keyword is often. But what does that even mean? How would you even know if they're fucking using it? These are not, dude. I didn't even read this whole list, but some of these are ridiculous. She asks about your family. That could be, that's maybe over the 50% mark, like more likely to be an indicator of interest, I guess, on a date. I don't know. These are also context dependent. I'm kind of using these just in the context of a date, maybe at like some kind of like house party or something. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. She gives you a compliment without you fishing for one. that could be more of an indicator of interest. Yeah, I guess that would be over like the 50% mark, but still, it's not a high enough indicator to where you should take any action just based on that or assume something just based on that. I should remember small detail. Let's see. Well, first of all, without you fishing for one, what guy fishes for compliments? That's gay as fuck. She asked you to help her with something trivial. That one actually could be an indicator of interest. Like if you have already displayed some type of interest and she asks you for help for something trivial, that could be. Because if a girl knows you're interested and then she is not interested, she'll kind of actively, she'll sometimes take actions to not give you an idea that she's interested. So that one might be over the 50% mark. My last girlfriend, actually, before we started dating, I'd only been seeing her for like 3 weeks, and I didn't live that far from her, and she's like, oh, can you help me get something out of the attic or something, because it was like a heavy box or whatever. Probably she just wanted to see me, but I also liked her, so I went over, and then we had a relationship for almost a year. Let's see. She remembers small details from previous conversations. Girls remember everything all the fucking time. That's only shit the only shit they remember is fucking small trivial shit. She brings up future plans that include you. Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator of interest, I would say. But again, if she would do that, it's you already probably know she's interested. Like future actual plans, like usually that would only happen once you already know she's interested. So if she has to do that for you to know she's interested, then you are either really insecure and you need something super solid, or you're just not fucking paying attention. Or yeah, you must just be insecure and think that no girls like you. I don't know. She playfully challenges or debates you. No, some girls are just fun and playful like that. Like some people are just fucking like that. She asks for advice or recommendations. No, because girls ask for advice from their fucking nice guy orbiter friends all the time about the relationships they have with guys who they actually sleep with. She initiates a hangout or suggests local activities. Yeah, I would say that's more of an indicator of interest. Assuming you guys aren't strictly friends, because then that's just what friends do. Yeah, this one's kind of context. I mean, they're all context dependent, but yeah, that's not a definitive enough. None of these are definitive enough indicators of interest to make any decisions on. Let's see. She agrees to go out with you or hang out soon after meeting. Yeah, that's a good indicator. She asked for your social. She asked for your social media or phone number. For some reason, I thought I read that as social security number. I was like, who the fuck does that? Yeah, that could be an indicator. I'd say that's over the 50% mark. But sometimes on approaches, what girls will do is they know you want to ask for the number, but they're not comfortable rejecting you. And so they ask for your number just to expedite the process of you leaving. That's not common, but that does happen sometimes. Let's see. She asked about your friends or social circle. No, again, that's super context dependent. That could just be normal fucking conversation. She mirrors your speech pattern or phrases. That usually only happens like if you're in a relationship, or even if you just have a girl who you've been seeing for a long time you're not exclusive to, they will sometimes just start to act and say some of the things you do, like pick up on some of your mannerisms. But at that point, you already kind of have a relationship and you know she's interested because you've probably already fucking slept with her. No one is going to pick up the speech patterns and behaviors of someone like that quickly to where you wouldn't already know if they were interested or not. That's ridiculous. She expresses genuine curiosity about your day. Now, the key word here is genuine, because guys are so antsy about, is she interested, is she not? Well, what does this mean? And blah, blah, blah. That knowing the difference between genuine and just normal friendly curiosity, most guys won't be able to pick up on that. So you might as well not even fucking paying attention to it. Nonverbal IOIs. Make strong eye contact. No. If you guys are really close to each other, then yeah, like if you're like this fucking close and there's it kind of feels a little sexual tension, then yeah, but no, strong eye And what do you even mean by strong eye contact? A lot of guys will misinterpret that. They won't even know. Even if a girl is giving strong eye contact, just the act of looking for so many indicators of interest, usually those guys will second guess it. So even if the girl is giving strong eye contact, they'll be like, well, is this enough strong eye contact? Oh, maybe I should play it safe a little more. Let's see. Looks at you frequently. That... I guess it depends on the context. If it's like a group setting and she looks at you more frequently than others, I would say, yeah, maybe that's over the 50% mark. She licks or bites her lips when looking at you. Who the fuck does that in real life? That like never actually fucking happens. That's like some movie. Like, what girl is like looking at you and she's just like to your face? That's fucking weird. Not to say that it doesn't happen, but that's just weird. And licking your lips, I lick my lips all the fucking time. She mirrors your body language. No. She positions her body towards you, even in a group setting. That one's too up in the air. Might as well not even fucking pay attention to it. Fiddles with her clothing or jewelry while talking to you. She could just be a fidgety kind of fucking person or anxious or whatever. She finds excuses to be near you. In like, in like a group setting or something, that could, yes. I guess it depends, because a lot of guys, they don't know when a girl is actively trying to be near them or when a girl just happens to be near you. So that's too up for interpretation. Most guys can't even use that. She crosses and uncrosses her legs while sitting close. That's fucking ridiculous. People move. She laughs at things you say, even if they aren't funny. Sometimes people who are just rapport seeking and people pleasers, they do that all the time. I've known plenty of people pleasing people who do that just because they're anxious or they're just kind of that way. Guys and girls. She touches or fixes her hair repeatedly while talking to you. No. I mean, it can be, but it's not enough to where you'd be like, she's definitely interested because she fucking touched her hair. She tilts her head slightly. What the fuck? Tilts her head slightly? That is dumb. And this is supposed to be a definitive list. What the fuck? She adjusts her clothes or posture when you look at her? No. Dude, these are stupid. She holds prolonged eye contact before looking away. Very context dependent. She touches her lips or face when talking to you? No. She maintains open body language. Uncross arms, legs. I can think of situations where that would be, but that's a little too nuanced and context dependent to even fucking focus on. This is, Jesus Christ. Just making this list means this guy overthinks and, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't imagine overthinking this much about shit. Goddamn. She gets close to you when standing or walking. Again, that's kind of the same as find excuse to be near you. That's very context dependent. She blushes when you talk to her and make eye contact. Yeah, that'd probably be an over 50% thing, I guess. She gazes at your lips. Yeah, that would probably be probably a good indicator. She finds reasons to touch you. That would probably be a good indicator. Places her hand on your back and shoulder. Yeah, same thing as the previous one. She playfully hits or pushes you when teasing. No, I've had friends who are girls, nothing sexual, and we've done that. She playfully hits or pushes. Oh wait, she brushes up against you accidentally. Again, knowing the difference between actual accidentally and the girl trying to make it look like accidentally, a lot of guys won't be able to pick up on that, so might as well not even pay attention to it. By the time you could actually pick up on that, you're already pretty good enough to pick up like just general signals and all that other stuff. So yeah, you probably won't even need to pay attention to it. She faces you directly in conversation, not turned away. No. She mirrors your movements? No. Taking a sip when you do? No. What the Jesus Christ. She angles her body towards you, especially her feet? No. She fixes and adjusts something about you, like your clothing? Potentially. If it like lingers a little bit, like she's not just touching your clothes, like she kind of touches like your arms or something, or it's kind of more than just the adjustment, then yeah, I guess that could be considered an indicator of interest. She gazes at you from across the room. Yeah, I guess I would say that's probably over 50%. chance that it's an indicator of interest. Positions herself in your line of sight. Like, how would a guy tell the difference between she purposely positions it that way and she just happens to fucking be there? She gave, She makes excuses to touch you. Yeah, that could be, yeah, I would say. She touches your hand while giving you something. No, not really. She plays with your clothing. That's the same thing as finding excuses to touch you. She nudges or playfully pokes you during conversation. You already said something very similar to that. Opens her body towards you. Dude, a lot of these are just repeats. Finds a reason to stand close to you. You already said that. Makes lingering eye contact. Already said that. Touches her neck or collarbone while talking to you. No. Environmental or social IOIs. How far? This is 15 minutes long already? Fucking A. I'm going to post the link to this so you can like follow along, I guess. Let's see. She stays near you even when she has the chance to leave. What do you mean the chance to... Okay, I'm not even going to get into that. She makes excuses to stay around you or prolong the conversation. Very context dependent, and most guys won't even pick up on it. She doesn't check her phone when talking to you. No, that's a normal fucking polite thing to do. Now, I guess if a girl checks her phone while talking to you and is like prolonged about it, like it isn't just a quick thing, then I guess that could be an indicator that she doesn't want to talk or she's just fucking rude. She follows you to different areas in a group setting. I would say that one is a pretty good indicator. She leans in to talk even in a quiet setting. Yeah, it's like a 50-50 one. She stays engaged in conversation even when distracted. Really hard to interpret for most guys, but yeah, I guess I would say. She introduces you to her friends. No, that's a normal social thing to do. She introduces you to people in her social circle. No, that's a normal friendly thing to do. She positions herself in your immediate vicinity. You already said this like 5 times. She stays after an event or outing just to talk to you. That I would say is a fairly good indicator of interest. She gets noticeably upset or disappointed when you mention another girl. Yeah, but I mean, noticeably, sometimes it's hard to pick up on that. Yeah, you'd have to be good at actually seeing when she's actually disappointed. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. She tries to maintain the conversation even when it lulls. That can be, but again, she could just be an anxious, like, people-pleasing type person. She could just be a person who, like, when there's lulls, a lot of people try to fill in gaps in a conversation. People do that with friends. No. Let's see. She tries to talk to you after you walk away. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a context. So it's like, okay, you're at a party, and then what she says, like, no, where are you going? Or she follows you and talks, I guess that would be an indicator of interest. Let's see. She suggests meeting up in the future. I already said that. She invites you to group activities. I already said that. She asks if you're going to a future event or outing. You kind of already said that. She sticks around when others leave. I already said that. She makes physical contact in front of others. I already said that. She encourages you to join her and her friends. That's a normally friendly thing to do. She asks for your... Dude, do you not know how friends work? What the fuck? She actively seeks your attention when you're in a group. That, yeah, I would say, like, if it's kind of like overt, then yeah, I guess I would say that'd be like an indicator of interest. She asks for your opinion or input in a group. That's a normal friendly thing to do. Like in a polite thing. Like, what are you just gonna be excluded from the group? She stays close to you. You already said that. Actively, already said that. Listens intently, even if others talk. Already said that. Positions herself. Okay, these are all just moves closer to you. If you change locations, already said that. That's the same thing as following. She takes the initiative to start a conversation again if it pauses. That's the exact same thing as if it lulls. All right, I'm just gonna assume the list got so long and you forgot what you put on there. She shows interest in your activities or hobbies. Already said that. She asks for advice on things she knows you're knowledgeable about. What? No, dude. If I have friends and they know something more about something than I do, like, you're just gonna ask. What? A person could just be knowledgeable about something and you're asking for their opinion. Holy shit. Are these things that guys actually pay attention to? This is insane. She follows your lead when it comes to activities or plans. No, you could just be kind of like the more knowledgeable or like the kind of core or the leader of the group, and so everyone's just kind of do that. She seeks reassurance from you or your validation on decisions. You could just be a trustworthy person. That doesn't mean that she wants to fuck you. Yeah. Okay. So if you overthink this much, you need to stop. This is the act of looking for all these is the reason why you're not getting results, and why I would say that even if you got super perfectly calibrated at picking up on all these things, just the act of all the overthinking and stuff will make you indecisive, make you second guess, it'll bring up anxiety, and it just literally won't be fucking worth it. Yeah, this is why you don't pay attention to indicators of interest. Because one thing he doesn't say is that so what if a girl didn't give any of these indicators of interest at all? Then what would you do? Just nothing? Well, you're going to miss out on a lot of fucking opportunities. Or what if a girl does things and you interpret it as disinterest, which a lot of guys do? A lot of guys will view lack of positive indicators as a negative indicator, which it's not. Sometimes girls do things that could be seen as disinterest, but it's just they're not thinking about it and they're just being themselves. And so a guy would interpret that, well, she probably doesn't like me. Like, no. No. Do not overthink this much ever. All right, that's it.